And we have a desert start location, not the best of starting screens.
Yep, early check of vanilla level 1, so let's see where this could lead us tonight.
So we got Darkness on the Overworld. Those aren't too fun to deal with. One of the better enemies to see, I think, though. So all you have to do is kind of avoid them. Hipoot, unfortunately, taking a death. Gonna go back towards the right-hand side of Hyrule. And CrystalSaver not too far behind him. And we have CrystalSaver going down to check the desert shop. Find some relatively cheap bombs and a blue ring, so that's nice for him to find.
Yep, bombs at 11 rubies. I'll take that anytime.
No armor item under that statue, so there's going to be one of the other four. Nice big secret, 130 rupees.
Wow.
This is going to be a interesting money seed for sure.
Yep, no issues on money at least.
CrystalSaver grabbed that secret as well, not too far behind Hipoot.
Yep, and the door repair is 20 rubies, so I believe that's vanilla, so...
Do you like some meteor insurance there, Sharky?
What was that?
Do you like some meteor insurance?
That would be good to have for them.
Hipoot finding the any roads, and CrystalSaver is going towards Vanilla 5 and the waterfall area. Decent medium secret too, so this is going to be a money-friendly seed, maybe.
And we got a level 7 found in the northeast corner of the coast.
Look at those any roads though, all three on the eastern side and one all the way over on the western side, not too much in the southern.
Yeah, I don't rate the any roads pretty good tonight. I'd probably give it, what, a D+, probably?
Yeah, for sure. That's not going to help him out too much tonight. The only nice thing is the access to Death Mountain. CrystalSaver finding a gambling game. Not going to take the risk at this point. Can't really blame him there. He's going to continue to burn down the forest to see what else he finds over here. And Hipoot's going to go bomb along the coast.
Now finds a gambling station to begin with.
Saver is getting a heart piece and a pick any. That gets him the 4th heart. When he comes across the white sword item, he has a 33% chance of picking that up now.
And unfortunately, Hipoot got sniped along the coast, so back to the desert.
You really want to try to avoid deaths, especially in the overworld. Heading back towards the start screen is never fun to deal with. And Saver finds level 3 in the coast. That's a little on the rough side for Hipoot, because it might be a little while before he goes down to check that coastal section again.
Yeah, I believe that was the screen Hipoot died on, so that's kind of unfortunate there. And we found a hint shop. Ooh. Now we know the power bracelet is required to get a recorder.
So that could be anywhere between the 4 power busted spots, or it could be in the grave push block.
Yeah, and that third hint was useless, but we know arrows are required for a white sword, and power bracelet is required for a recorder.
So a little bit of knowledge, nice to have. Not too much else-wise at the moment. And the last Coast Cave is just another gambling game. So CrystalSaver is one of the few runners still that uses pause strategies. So you can kind of see where the enemies are going to lead. He doesn't use Select Swap to switch through his items. That's where you hear a little bit of starting on his side. And we have the book as the white sword item. He doesn't even check it.
Yeah.
And the heart container as the raft item. So that means most of the value items are going to be inside dungeons tonight. Hipoot did go back down towards the coast, so he did find level 3, thankfully.
Let's see how much of level 3 he'd be able to access, but in a ladder block that way.
And whiz robes, so yeah, you're not going to want to deal with this level 3 until you have to.
And a key by CrystalSaver.
He was maxed on the rupees, so you might as well. Finds another pick any. That's his fifth heart. I think Saver's going to head over to Vanilla 2 and check out what's up there. This is a rough cave to route in just because of how annoying it can be to get back down that ladder. And level 8 at Vanilla 2, so nice find for him. Level 8 is a little bit on the rough side to find. Usually has a lot of bomb holes, usually has water blocks, has 2 transports, and so without a sword you're going to want to come back here later, simply because of how big it is.
Yep. And Hipoot decides, I believe, to retry because he found another large secret and didn't want to lose rubies out of it.
And Saber getting some hints that he will need the power bracelet as well, so that's nice for him to pick up. Of the 3, he picked up the right one. A little Octorok begging for mercy there. And there's the candle for Hipoot on his side. He can also now start burning down the forest. Saver with the arrow purchase.
Yep, and that's probably a good purchase because of the hint he found earlier. Fire the arrow.
Sure. And you don't know when you get those silver arrows, so you might as well get the arrows now while you can. So we're unfortunately going to find these any roads are not that great today. Four bombs though, so you might take a little bit of a peek around Death Mountain.
Yeah, might as well peek around up Death Mountain to see what you can find. It's sacred at least.
I mean, you're up here, so you might as well take a look. He's going to go just check that one cave and head back towards the center of Hyrule. And Hipoot coming across level 4. Down on that transition screen above Vanilla 1.
Yep, and see, he leaves and comes back to find a bomb hole open. And hi, Wall Masters.
And hello, Patrick.
Hi, Patrick.
And Saver also grabbing that big secret, so he's going to be capped on his money as well. It'll be interesting what he spends it on. Saver not wanting to use his key there, you can't really blame him for that.
Hipoot finds the map and, well, we would name that ink block later, I guess.
Only 10 minutes in, and we've only found we've already fired in 4 dungeons, so that's a pretty good dungeon haul so far. Saber heading down towards Candle Road to see what he can get in the forest fire here. Grabs a pack of bombs. Might as well spend your money while you have it. And grabs another key. So that's 2 keys purchased by Saver now at this point.
Yep. That is an interesting call. Buying keys, but it's early on.
He was thinking about going for a 3rd, but he said, "No, I'll pass on that."
And a nice small secret of 19.
To answer the question in chat, we have mixed hints on, so it's going to be half factual hints and half community hints. And another secret cave by Saver gets the cheap one. And we find that Gliark works with the red candle, so that means the red candle will be in 4.
Yep, that's some good information. And more gambling.
And there's our sword finally in the Vanilla Sword Cave. That's interesting to find there.
Fred.
Chat, you guys all know what to do. And Saber now is armed. Hipoot not too far behind him, as long as he can get into that cave. So we are playing with enemies that have plus or minus 2 HP. So these orange graders, for example, could have 2, or they could have 6. Or they're a base of 4. And if you see F. Coughlin in chat at the moment, he is the mastermind behind Mr. Randomizer. He's the one who has created this. So thank you, Fred, for putting this together so it's for us to watch. And it looks like CrystalSaver is going to head up towards the Blue Ring Armos area. See if we grab a Armos item up here. Pleasing Aroma, thank you for supporting Speed Gaming. We appreciate it. Alright, so no Armos item there, just more rupees, and we got another 19 small secret.
Yeah, I believe the armor item is up in the grave area.
Yep, at this point it has to be. So Saver is going to go start burning down some of the dead woods a bit. And it finds level 9. Can't do too much there now, you gotta come back later. But chat, it looks like CrystalSaver is in 9.
Now, he tried to get around to level 9, but he went in on accident.
He was opening the door.
Oh. And level 5 right next door.
And hello, Goma.
Oh, hi, Goma.
And we find out the bow is an 8. Huge knowledge for Saber to find. CrystalSaver finding a staircase and is just transported to go deeper into the dungeon. And Wizard's in this 5.
Yep. That Goma you seen earlier could...
And 1 and 2.
Wow. That Goma you seen earlier could be protecting the white sword. Because of a hint. So the white sword possible could be in here.
And Saber gets his Triforce here in 5. See if he goes back in or if he moves along. Knowing Saber, he'll probably move along and come back here if he has to.
Yeah, but it looks like what he's doing. And Hipoot finding 9 himself.
And to answer a question in chat about their seating, prior to this bracket stage, we had a 5-round Swiss tournament per se, and the records in the Swiss round led to their current seating. So not too much on the lower western part of Hyrule today. It looks like CrystalSaver is going to head up towards the grave section now to get his armless item and whatever else he finds up there. Saver's going to do a little bit of a screen wrap to avoid going through the forest. Goes up to the grave, and we're about to see if this grave push here actually leads to an item or not. If it does, we know that the power versa is not required. If it doesn't, we know it is, so it's interesting to see what we find here. And there's no dungeon there, so power versa will be required. Now, Hipoot grabbed his Triforce in 5, and he's going back in, so he's going to take a look around for the item here.
Yep.
And Saber is now in 2. He will find his wand here if he still chooses to dig it out, but there's a ladder block.
And I guess he's going to try a bomb, see if he can get around it.
So far he can, we'll see if this is a transport. And judging by how far away that Triforce is, this is most likely a transport in level 2, so we're going to have a segmented dungeon.
Yeah, either that or perhaps a really linear 2.
The fact that Saber is clearing out these light clicks suggests that he might be looking for the wand.
Oh,
and never fun to see Wizards, but yes, you guys get the heart container here on 2. To answer a question in chat from Don the Nintendo Freak, asked why it's weird to hit an item while the game is lagging. The game isn't lagging actually. CrystalSaver uses pause strategies, so what he'll do is pause the game occasionally, and see where the enemies look to be moving towards. That lets him look around and see where he has to go himself to avoid being hit by him.
And the Stoffels was guarding that one. And well, Saver has one now.
Hipoot not too far behind him. He's in 2 as well, and he will also grab his wand here.
Saver would be happy to take these keys.
Looks like some ropes guard the Triforce here in 2. Saver's gonna make quick work of them and be on his way. And Saver also find level 6. 6 is usually really big, so most people won't dig it out unless they absolutely have to. So it'll be interesting if he comes across the item before finding the Triforce, because if he gets the item first, the Triforce first I should say, he's not going to be sticking around here, he's going to be moving on. Thankfully for Saver though, we have some squishy enemies here. I don't know if Saver checked the push block in that room, so it'll be interesting if he goes back to push it or not. He's going to open this door though and go this route.
And yes, well, let's see. I believe 6 tends to be the largest dungeon.
It'll be the largest of the first 8. It shares a palette with 1 through 6. It tends to be the largest of the first 8 dungeons, yes.
Yeah, of course 9 being the largest of all. Because it has its own... Hi, Summers!
Yeah, that's a huge find by Saver. Gets to level the silver arrows here in 6. Means he wants to dig them out later on. Really nice find by him. Yeah, and there's a Triforce right next to it.
And that's what you love to find, is a quick 6.
Yes, absolutely. Very quick 6 by Saver. Can't turn that one down any day.
Fred. But a different location, so that's half of a Fred.
And given by what we just saw, with him getting the silvers in that 6, that means I believe we have 2 dungeons now that are going to be power vessel blocked. Cancel that, never mind. 6 was not in the power vessel spot. But the power vessel was the arm assignment, it looks like.
If Saber decides to up A and I guess check a couple power bracelet spots.
It's either that or he's heading back towards 8. Because he knows at 8 and 3 on the coast.
Well, there's one person's shop up in.
And we have level 1. So there's our power vessel block. I believe that was the white sword that was here, if I remember correctly.
I think, was it the recorder? Because white sword, I believe, was a Goma block.
Yes, you are accurate. That is correct.
And level 1 is segmented.
Yeah, and that was the any key that Saver just picked up, so keys are no longer an issue. Not that that's that big of a deal, because he
Wow,
was at
great
8 keys
find.
already. Definitely nice to find, though.
So most likely the seller item is going to be the recorder. Unless there's another dungeon that's Power Bracelet.
Hipoot's going back to candle burning. Yeah, and Saver might be ladder blocked here. He might have to bomb around a bit. Since this is 1, if there's a room adjacent, you will be able to bomb into it. The walls are flimsy in level 1.
Yep. At least the enemy set is pretty nice in here. Me so hungry. I believe that was the bait block message.
Chat bringing up a good point that we do have all 9 dungeons found now. So we know that Raft is not required. And Recorder is not required.
And Hipoot did go ahead and buy that blue ring. So half the damage will be taken by him now.
Saver's going to look around this 3 to see what he finds. Has a potential item block here. Actually, no, he doesn't. That block will just open the shutter door.
Wow, the orange wizard robes are 6 HP.
Yep,
Ugh.
so they're going to be +2 from what they normally are. We'll see what the blue ones are going to be. Now, blue ones will only shoot if they physically see you. So they're not like Lionels that just shoot wherever they want to. They only shoot when they actually have a line of sight on you.
Yeah, that's always a good idea to stand on a half tile so they don't hit you as much.
And Saber finding a push block in this level 3. And it turns out to be the ladder. Nice find by him.
Yep, that's leads him to, I believe, 1 item to go mode, unless Raft is required. I don't think it is.
No, we have all the dungeons. All he needs now is the bow, and he knows that's an 8. So he is in Triforce and Go mode now. He will need to dig out 8 to get the bow, but that's about it. And that's the
And a
Triforce and
Triforce.
3 for Saber. I won't be surprised if he goes right back to level 1 to finish that off while he's right here.
Yeah, you gotta love when a Triforce is in its own room.
So Saber did go right back to level 1. Can't really blame him for that.
Hope he knows where Triforce is, and he knew it was, ladder blocks, so might as well go get it real quick.
Hipoot is back into 8. He knows his boa is here. He gets the compass as well, so he knows where the Triforce is. He just has to get to it now.
And there's the bow for Hipoot.
And there's the Triforce in 1 for Saber. And there's the Triforce in 8, so Hipoot could potentially be done with 8. He's going to keep looking around for a bit, though.
Yeah, he does not know where that ladder is, so he's going to hunt the second item here in 8, thinking it could be the ladder. And that was nice manhandling skills coming off.
Yeah, Manhandles can be a little bit of a pain to fight. Thankfully, they can die relatively quick to a bomb. Saber is going to bomb around and grab his bow relatively shortly. And the Triforce isn't too far away.
Yep. And let's see. What lame. More arms. Sometimes I get a few of these enemies confused. In Z1.
Saber making quick work of the enemies here with the wand. So Saber is going deeper into that level 8. Won't be too far away from his bow or his Triforce, so he'll be able to get both relatively close to each other. And then be on his way to 7 and 4. Sharky is also digging around 8. He knows where the Triforce is, looking for that second item since he doesn't know exactly what it is at this point.
Yeah, it's like Hipoot's taking his way back, so...
Saber's just going to bomb the rest of the Wizrobes down. Gets a key for his efforts. Probably wants something a little bit better than that. And there's a Triforce 8 for Hipoot, so he is done here. And there is the bow for Saver, so that puts him into 100% go mode now. He knows where everything is, and it just has to get the rest of the Triforces and be on his way. Gonna stop and pick a fight with a Gliark for some reason. Interesting. Sure, Hipoot grabbing some arrows. Can't blame him for that one. And there's the Triforce 8 by Saver. At 37 minutes, he has picked up his 6th Triforce piece. And given that, since we are relatively deep into the sea, I'll give a quick rundown of what we have found so far. Level 1 has the recorder and the any key. Level 2 had the wand. 3 had the ladder. 4 has the red candle. 5 is unknown. 6 had the silver. 7 is unknown. 8 has the bow and an unknown item. 9 are both unknown, and the armor item was the power bracelet today.
Yep, the heart container was also the coast item and the book. Well, the white sword item. But we are led to believe the white sword is in 5 because there was a Goma. And it was guarding a ladder block spot, so I'm assuming the white sword is in 5.
So, chat, we are getting close to another seed. Give a name on that ink plot for level 7. And we have the banana in 7, and Saver is going to pick that up. Deptox, I like that. Fat Banana 3. Fat Vanilla 3. I like that comment. I can definitely see a submarine as well in Amazing on Forest. That is definitely another one that we could call it. Saver grabbing the Triforce here in 7, so he will be on his way to 4, which isn't all that far away from him.
Yep. I think that boomerang in 7, I believe, because the hint, like I said, white sword in 5, that would lead the raft in 8, and by elimination, the red ring and magical boomerang is in 9.
And Saver's now into 4. See how far into the rabbit hole he has to go to get the Triforce here. In theory, 4s are usually relatively small dungeons, so it might not take him too long. And while we do have a moment, I want to give a couple quick shoutouts. Firstly to Speed Gaming and Fiesel and his crew for letting us put on this matchup tonight and in helping us with the tournament in general. Thank you to Speed Gaming. Please follow all of their channels, Speed Gaming 1 through 4. A special thank you to our tracker behind the scenes, Wolfman2000. Please give him a follow as well. And please follow both of these runners. This is a heck of a race. They deserve the support. Thank you for following them all. And Hipoot is also going to see the boomerang, and he's going to say no. He's going to take a walk away from it. And that is a very interesting level 4. It looks like a sickle.
Yeah, I can see that. And it's mostly a linear 4 as well, so...
And Hipoot grabs the Triforce here in level 7. The nice thing about this map in a dungeon like this that has a relatively straight path, Saver will know exactly where he has to bomb to make headway into the dungeon. He won't have to guess of where to use his bombs, so it lets his use his items a little bit more efficiently.
And we haven't seen a bomb upgrade at all yet.
Saver just going to town with the silver arrows now that he has them. They are a 4 damage weapon, so that's going to be the strongest item in his arsenal at the moment. It does use money to use, so he has to be a little bit careful as far as that goes, but with 171 rupees under his belt, he can afford to use quite a few of them.
Just make sure you save 1 for bacon.
And Saver finding out that he's only a couple rooms away from where the Triforce is. Amazing and Forest, we have not seen Item yet. It is just the red candle, so he won't be missing much. And that is the Triforce and 4. Saver will be done here, and he will be heading to 9.
Yep. And there's a few things he'd be looking for in level 9. I guess first is the War of Ganon. When you're in a room next to him, now Ganon's gonna be loud. So once you hear him, well, you know where some bacon is. Kill it and have some bacon. Another thing you want to look for is, at first, when you kill all the enemies and a shutter door that does not open, a single shutter door that does not open when all enemies are dead, you know it'd be Zelda's room. But after killing Ganon, well, the door will automatically open once you enter.
So Saver makes his entry into level 9 about the 43.5-minute mark. And Hipoot finds his silvers here in 6, so that's a nice dig for him to pick that up now. And of course it'll be a Wizard Robe 9
And
because we haven't seen
Robes
nothing
in
yet.
level 9. Ugh.
Yeah, a lot of the dungeons in the seed had Wizard Robes. He's going to leave the blue one for last, exit and leave the room, and that will check to see what the priority monster in that room is, and it will just a gel. So he gets to deal with a much easier enemy. So there's a nice clock on Saver's part. Gonna be able to just finish off these Wizard Robes and continue on in this level 9. One thing of note, when we are looking for Zelda's room, it will be in a single shutter room. So, in rooms like this one that have multiple shutters, you know, by logic, it will not be where she is. And we have beefy skeletons, unfortunately. Easy enemy though, thankfully. And since we are playing with CrystalSaver's audio, once he hears Ganon, we will hear Ganon, so we will know that we're close.
I think we found where Zelda's room is.
He didn't check that push
the
block, so we don't know that for sure.
Yeah, true. So that's possible spot where she is. Oh, I hear bacon.
So it's not that way. The screen did not go dark. And the screen goes dark there. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Ganon. We will need 15 shots with the wooden sword, then to finish him off with these silver arrows. Oh no, we get Ganon, Hyrule Driver.
And each time he gets hit by Ganon, that does a ton of damage to you. I believe, was it?
On Green Tunic, that will cost him 4 hearts. Yes, it will. To answer a question in chat, we had a sub 40 earlier in the tournament, so this will not be the fastest time. It will be up there though.
I do believe it'd probably be the fastest of the bracket seeds, though.
Yes, of the first week of the bracket, yes, it would be the quickest. Saver is relatively close to the fairy fountain, so he might dip out to refill his HP if he dies another time or two. We'll see if he continues on though. With some of his skill though, it's just one quick stun lock away, so can't really see him dropping unless he absolutely has to. Nice clock pickup by Saver. Using arrow struts to kill those gels before they cause him too much trouble. Now that's a nice fairy pickup. Right before Ganon, you'll be happy to have that life for your fill.
Yep. It's nice buffering strats to get around the Rizarobes.
Yes, absolutely. Using the pause strats to his advantage is definitely a nice tactical for him. And we have the red candle here in 4 on Hipoot's side. And Saber's back for round 2 versus Ganon. Saber, unfortunately, taking another Hyrule Driver. He's going to have to go back a 3rd time, unfortunately.
And that has her though. And he probably going to the fairy fountain now.
Yeah, you don't want to die too many times again. It's kind of rough, especially with only 3 hearts under your belt. I think he's going to grab the letter and grab a potion at this point. Hipoot grabbing his Triforce in 4, so he just has to finish off 1 and 3 now. And Saver grabs his letter, and he'll just go grab some potion now.
And there should be a potion shop kind of close by on his way back to 9, so...
To answer your question in chat about buying a blue ring at this point, you need 250 rupees in this seed to pick that up, so he is a little bit too far away from that, and that'll take quite a bit of time for him to farm that up.
The only thing he probably could do is, if he really wanted to, is hunt down a red ring, which is in 9.
Not guaranteed in 9. It could be in 5. And Saver's going to buy 2 blues. Wolflink, to answer your question, we believe it's in 9. We're not positive though.
Yeah, because I know I believe we had a hint early on about White Sword firing an arrow, and there's no Gomas in 9, so... And a raft, I believe, is in 8.
Alright, so CrystalSaver is now on his pathway back to Geddon for the 3rd attempt. 2 potions in his belt though, full HP. I think he should be okay this time as long as he doesn't take back-to-back drivers. And when people say high road driver, that's basically a term in the community for being hit by Ganon physically. So it does cost 4 points of heart. 4 heart points of damage, I should say, sorry. Just clean out some Wizrobes and then go one more room up, and he will be back again, yet again, for the 3rd attempt.
All those fairy drops.
And the last enemy you kill has the clock. Hipoot heading down towards the coast to finish off level 3 now. I don't believe Hipoot has found one yet. I don't think he's checked that push block yet. And now he gets a stun lock after he goes and takes the time to buy the potions.
And a great sunlock.
Yeah, you need 15 shots with that wooden sword. And he's got it. And Ganon is down multiple times with their silver arrows. And the Triforce of Power has
We
been
have
obtained.
taken.
And now we just need to go find the girl. Now the question is, where is she? And there she is. That door opens up.
Yep.
Saber goes through it and rescues Link with an official SRL time of 56 minutes and 12 seconds. Get some GGs in chat for CrystalSaver, please.
Yep, he put on a great run tonight. Sub-hour.
And Hipoot is back into level 8, looking for an item, I believe. Please give both CrystalSaver and Hipoot some follows. Heck of a race today.
Yep, they put in a great show. And he deserves some love from the rando community in that.
And with that ding, we do have CrystalSaver with us in the booth. Congratulations, Saver. Well played. We are dealing with a little bit of technical difficulty. Saver will be right with us momentarily. And with that ding, we do have CrystalSaver with us in the booth. Congratulations, Saver. Well played.
Thank you. Oh, my. Push to talk.
We are dealing with a little bit of technical difficulty. Saver will be right with us momentarily.
Control. Testing. Hello. Okay.
Alright, Saver will be right back with us momentarily. Turning back to Hipoot, he is looking for another item here in 8. Then he'll head down to 3 and 1 to finish off. And we might have Saver back with us now. Alright, so Hipoot is looking for the second item here in 8. We are not quite sure what it was.
I don't think either. Nobody's found the second item in 8, but I've led to believe it is the raft here in 8. So unless the right sword is right here.
Alright, so Hipoot is looking for the second item here in 8. We are not quite sure what it was. And the going goes down, block pushes, and we have
I don't think either.
the white sword in
Nobody
8.
found the second item in 8, but I've led to believe it is the raft here in 8, so unless the right sword is right here.
So that finishes off the story of the seed. And the Goman goes down, block pushes, and we have the Recorder and the Anti-Key in 1, the Wand in 2, Ladder in 3, Red Candle in 4, Raft in 5, Silvers in 6, the Wooden Banana in 7, 8 has the Bow and the White Sword, 9 had the Magical Boomerang and the Red Ring, our most item was the Power Bracelet, White Sword item was the Book, and the Letter item was the Heart Container. And that is the full story of this seed.
Testing now.
We have the Recorder and the Anti-Key in 1, the Wand in 2, Ladder in 3, Red Candle in 4, Raft in 5, Silvers in 6, the Wooden Banana in 7, 8 has the Bow and the White Sword.
Discord. Quit Discord. Change your mic.
Hello?
There we go. GG Saver, well played.
Thanks. I didn't do anything different except re-log on to Discord like 3 times.
Yeah, Discord can be funny sometimes. So, well played on that seed. Ganon, that was a thing, huh?
Yeah, I was really hoping for recorder strats. I was debating on going back to 1.
Is on. It's the only mic I have.
Yeah, so that lets you time when you actually have to shoot the second sword shot, correct?
Why is my voice connected?
That just lets me continuously swing in the same area.
There we go.
It's effectively a stun lock, except he moves 2 pixels every single time.
Gotcha. So other than that, the seed wasn't all that trolly. Nothing really held you back too much that we saw. You found the silver arrows relatively quick in that 6. Any thoughts on any of the other dungeons?
3. I went to 3 and I thought it was ladder block until I got the hint that... Did I get the hint? No, I did not get the hint that the ladder was in 3, but if I'd known that the ladder was in 3, I would have went there earlier than I did. It's effectively a stun lock, except he moves 2 pixels every single
Yes, I don't believe we had any kind of hint that the ladder was in 3. That was a blind pull from both of you. You found the silver arrows relatively quick in that 6.
Yeah, other than that, what a nice level 4 that was. You had to go all the way down the snake, basically, or up the snake.
Yeah, it was very linear for sure. And Hipoot is going to grab his ladder here in level 3.
Level 8 trolled me as well because, well, okay, 3 trolled me because I thought I needed a ladder to continue. The ladder was in 3. 8 trolled me because I thought I needed the bow to continue. The bow was in 8. But I think the MVP of this is the hints. Well, the important hint with the bow and 8 kind of pieced it together almost.
Yeah, for sure. When we saw you pick that up, we had the feeling that once you got rolling, you got the silvers in 6, that nothing was going to really hold you back at that point. It's pretty much Triforce and go. And there's the level 3 Triforce for Hipoot. So he just has to find level 1. He's pretty close to it, so he'll probably walk towards the left here and find it momentarily.
If I was to do anything different in this seed, it'd probably be to pick up the blue ring this time, instead of buying 2 keys when the any key was just right in the path.
Yeah, that's one of the things about hindsight is you look back on it and you're like, oh, if I had done that differently, this might have been a little bit quicker. That 9 wasn't too bad for you, though. You seem to handle it pretty quickly, other than Ganon himself.
Single staircase. Always take the staircases, map them out, and you might get lucky like that. But the path to Ganon was kind of combat heavy almost, unless you kept getting out of the room, going back into the room, and changing your spawns. Otherwise, you had to fight a lot of Wizrobes and those pancakes. So that was kind of annoying.
Yeah, the enemies in general seem to have a pretty decent amount of HP with the plus or minus 2. Most of them seem to be on the plus 2 side.
The only ones that were less HP, I think, were the Virus, if I'm correct. Minus 2.
Yes, I believe your 1 did kill them in 1 shot, so that was nice to see.
Good thing I didn't accidentally pick up the book this time.
Yeah, once you got the wand, it was pretty much wand heavy, just wand and go pretty much. So, taking a look into next week. You will be facing against Dragon Dark. Any thoughts on next week and how you feel about it?
Congrats on the win, Dragon Dark.
Nah. That's going to be a close match, my friend. That's gonna be... Don't even go that far yet. It's definitely going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
I think I can't remember, but I think we actually did face each other once in the past.
I'm not sure on that one. And that doesn't even get much easier from that. Week 3, the winner of that match goes against either Gem Evil or Dr. J PhD. So that's going to be another tough matchup in round 3. So your bracket was pretty stacked.
Last tournament's top 2 coming up early in the double elimination. Sounds fun. So, yeah, Dragon Dark, I'm going to have to probably prepare for that one because he's a pretty good player. So he kind of scares me in the sense that he definitely has a lot of potential to completely go circles around me and beat me. But if by some chance, like, I get past him and we face Jam, we might do like a head-to-head thing here.
I believe you versus Jam would be a rematch of the finals from last year, wouldn't it?
That would be correct.
So that would be fun to watch. Dragon Dark versus Jam would be a lot of fun too. So next week is definitely going to be a must-watch. I think it's going to be a very fun matchup to commentate and to watch. So good luck next week, my friend.
Thank you very much.
So we do have Hipoot in level 9. He does have the white sword, so that's going to be a little bit more helpful for him. You only have to hit again 8 times instead of 15.
Was that in 5? The white sword in 5 or 8?
It was an 8.
Alright.
The raft was in 5. So all in all, combat wasn't that bad for this seed. A lot of Wizrubs though.
There were a lot, but there were ways to get around them, which was nice. Was combat nice, but I think the worst part is the warps.
Yeah, having them all bunched up in the Upper East Side, just with one lonely one over on the Western side, made it a little bit challenging for sure.
Yeah, and nothing being a Death Mountain as well, so...
You had all the levels within like the first, I want to say, half hour.
I had everything except 4, which I was panicking if I needed the recorder or the raft for.
So Hipoot is now in Zelda's room, so he knows where she is. Now he just has to go find the pig and finish him off.
And I believe he's in the room next to Ganon, so...
Yep, he's not too far away. He's gonna check north first and probably dip back down and check the western side. And Hipoot has now found where Ganon is. He's only a few rooms away from Zelda, so he should be wrapping up momentarily as well. Just needs 8 shots with his white sword to finish off the pig. Takes a high roll driver. Only gonna cost him 2 hearts though, since he does have the blue ring. So Saver, now that you had to leave and go back to get the letter, are you gonna pick it up in the future when you first see it, or is that something you normally do?
I go with what my gut tells me. It's not a matter of always take it, always not take it. It's how do I feel right now? Do I want to or not?
Unfortunately, Hipoot kind of got high roll driver there. And Gaina got him.
Hipoot is back on the path to where Ganon is, not too far away. Choosing to do battle with the blue wizard though instead of leaving, coming back in. So, coming up after this match finishes off, we will have, on the same channel, Shaddy vs. Perry the Kitty at 10 o'clock. We will have Shiner CCC vs. Siscrusher on Speed Gaming 1 at 1 a.m. And then tomorrow we have matches at 2 o'clock, at 5:15, and at 7 p.m. So, a lot of matches coming up if you enjoy Randomizer. Please follow all the channels of Speed Gaming and stay tuned for more Randomizer action. And again, I want to say a quick shout out to Fiesel and the Speed Gaming family for putting on these races, as well as our tracker behind the scenes today, Wolfman 2000. Please give them both a follow. And please follow my co-commentary partner today, Sharky2107, for commentating with me.
Yep, and it's been fun doing commentary for these matches when I can, so it's been enjoyable and everything. So
And Hipoot grabs that stun lock.
And had a stun lock. Got to be careful with have a heart.
Giant slips away a second time. Oh no!
Ooh. That has a hurt.
So close. Alright, Sharky's going back for the third attempt. I'm a little surprised he didn't stop at the fairy fountain to heal up a little bit. Just gotta deal with some wizrobes and then some skeletons, and we'll be back to the game yet again. Nice fairy pickup.
And that's what Hipoot just needed, is that fairy pickup. It should help him out, hopefully, and third time's the charm.
And here we go for the next attempt. These river rooms are a little annoying to fight Ganon, just because you can't really maneuver too well around his pattern. Saver, what's your least favorite room to fight Ganon when you come across him?
I'm sorry?
What's your least favorite room to fight Ganon when you have to come across him?
I'm trying to think of that one that has the most ladder pieces. The one with the island in the middle?
The Chevy room?
Yes. Although this room is a close second because your safety spot in the bottom left or bottom right or in the middle is kind of hard because of the horizontal blocks.
And we have Bacon on Hipoot's side, so he's going to make his journey to Zelda now.
Yep, I'll just go a few rooms back to the east, and he will be free to go. And there's the door. Hipoot goes through it. And with an official trial time of 1 hour, 17 minutes, 0 seconds, Hipoot is going to the secondary bracket in this tournament. GG to him for finishing off this race. Let's get some GGs in chat, please.
What a great finish by Hipoot there.
Hello!
Hello, Hipoot. Well played. Well done.
Hey, thank you very much. I had a lot of fun with this seed.
That Ganon fight, a little bit on the rough side.
Yeah, I think I had so much trouble finding health, places, and I think I've been getting a lot better at not checking every single spot in the map and using more hints to my advantage because I'm relatively new to Randomizer still. And I not finding the letter but having enough money for potions I think really threw me off, and I think I have to definitely practice my Ganon fights so that doesn't happen again.
Yeah, that was rough for both of you. You both took a couple deaths again, so that room was a little fun to fight him in. Any thoughts on the seed as a whole? I hate to rush you, but we do have another race coming up at 10 o'clock. I just want to have a couple quick words with you.
Oh yeah, no, that's of course. Thank you for having me. But before I say anything, I just want to say, in case we have to go really quick, thank you for the commentary and thanks to the trackers and everybody who watched. No, I mean, this seed, I had a lot of fun because, I mean, having early knowledge of where the bow was in 8 really helped me out. And then I also knew where the wand was too. And I think level 2, I played pretty well in terms of how early it was and with the Wizrobe dungeon. So I think finding the wand, I thought I had a pretty big edge, but forgot I was playing against CrystalSaver. So, on another note, I think I had a couple early deaths too that kind of made it difficult for me. Those buffed health knights. I'm blanking on the word, what they're called right now.
The Dark Knights.
Yep. Thanks. Yeah, I mean, all in all, I found it a lot easier than the other couple practice seeds that I've been playing. But I think the couple early deaths and then the Ganon fight really threw me off. And then fishing back into 8 for finding the ladder was definitely not the right choice by me. Knowing that the hint that the arrow was needed to find the white sword, and I had knowledge that level 3 was not a Goma dungeon, and that level 8 was. So I don't think I should have gone back in there. But regardless, it helped me out with the Ganon fight because I did take a few deaths there. But knowing that level 3 was also really close to level 1, I probably should have routed to level 3 and then back to 1 because I know I needed the ladder to complete and get the Triforce for 1. And then I had absolutely no knowledge of anything in 3 in terms of the item or any block by it. And I remember just finding it and retrying and just never going back there. when I found the hint caves and the blue ring that I wanted to spend my money on. So I think that was my biggest mistake. But all in all, I thought it was a lot of fun.
All right, well, thank you very much for the race. Thank you to Saver as well. Again, chat, please give both of these guys a follow. It was a heck of a race. It is now time to turn it over to Leslie Pro 04 and RC Drone for the match between Purity the Katie and Shaddy. Thank you all for watching this race. We will see you momentarily for the start of the next one. I am Dark Falls 1983, and with me today was Sharky 2107. Thank you all and have a great night. Hipoot, Saver, well played. Thank you.
GG, man.
Yep,
Thanks a lot.
GG's to
GG.
both of you, and good night, y'all.
Good night.